Today on the channel, I got my trigger finger ready, as today we're taking a look at the Action Force trigger figure.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Action Force unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got Trigger. But for all your Action Force needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And of course, anything over $39 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there, folks. You guys know how it goes. And today we're taking a look at Trigger from the Action Force. And I got to say, this looks like the stereotypical Army guy in this day and age. As of course, you know, in years past, you've seen guys like sailors, the stereotypical look of different people in the services. And I think, to my eyes, Trigger is very stereotypical to the modern Army guy, is what I would call it. We ever see in TV shows and movies, there's always a guy that looks like this, that's part of the team, things like that. Not a bad thing, it's just an observation there. And he does look really, really good. I really like the looks of this figure here. And this one's going to fit in the collection just nicely, I can feel. But of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. A little slimmer box on this one. Some of them have been a little thicker. This is a little bit more slim style packaging here. But you got the big plastic window. You got the Action Force. You got Trigger. What a name. Trigger. There it is. It sounds like a horse's name, I believe, back in the day. Looking good on the side. There's Trigger with a glamour shot. Action Force on this side. And I'm sure Trigger is probably based on a real-life military person. I just don't know who that person would be. But, of course, you got the cross-cell up above as well. Are we into Series 2? We are. We're in Series 2 of the Valaverse line here from Action Force. It'll be interesting to see if these hands remove with ease or if we have to heat them up. I guess we'll find out once we get them out of the package. Got the big file card, cross-sell, QR code, of course, the Action Force points. Where do those go? I can't wait to find out. Big, big read-up on him. I'm not going to read all of this about Trigger here, but his name is Austin Buchanan, and he is from Fort Riley, Kansas. Beautiful this time of year. Kansas, I'll be there in March. Kansas, watch out. I'll be in your great state in March. Can't wait to be over there. But he is a staff sergeant in the Action Force. Of course, does he have his hat? He's got his hat on backwards, got the glasses, the beard. Very, very stereotypical, like I say. But let's get him out of the package here. See what all the fuss is about with this Trigger. And believe you me, there's been fuss. I'm going to keep the ears to the streets. There's some fuss right here. We're off to the races. See you later. Goodbye. We got the stand interesting here. We got the stand in a baggie. Now, this is different from before. They were just kind of in plastic or just sitting there. This isn't a baggie, and this works perfectly for me because we got all these extra accessories, all these extra hands. Where do you store this stuff? Well, a baggie like this really, really does come in handy. So I'm a big fan of this. Obviously, baggies aren't very expensive. You can get them, but it's just the extra attention to detail here with the Valaverse line of Action Force. I really do like that stand. We've seen this before. We're going to see it again. We'll see how well he fits. Some of the guys don't fit as well as I would like them to on the stand. Then there's old Trigger in the plastic prison, looking really good. Like I said, a lot of different stuff going on with him. Pull it out, stick this off to the side. You get the cellophane. Looks like it came off on this side. We're going to get that. We're going to give it the old see you later, goodbye. There it goes. And let's pull this stuff out here. A lot going on with Trigger. A lot of hands with Trigger. And we've seen the hands, the extra set of hands being in a little plastic bag as well. Not seeing it with him. It is molded into the plastic prison, so that does work out, of course. Pull Trigger out. There it is. And there's the stand. And we're going to plop that in there. And we're gone. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's go through. Let's look at these accessories first. See what is doing here. And we got all kinds of hands going on. So he's got two gripping hands coming stock on the figure. Of course, you got two fists of fury. Trigger, if all things, the chips are down, he's ready to throw a fist or two, and he's got them right here. So two fists. We got two come hither hands, two come on hands, two clap hands, whatever you want to call them. We do have those. And then we've got two more gripping hands right here. These are gloved hands. They got the black and kind of the tan color going on. Nice hands here, nice pegs. Now, the million-dollar question, can I just remove these hands very simply, or do I have to put them in hot water again? looks like Kyle's got to put him in hot water. So not a big fan of that, as I keep saying. I'm beating a dead horse there. But really, it's a challenge to have to remove these hands. It's just a lot of work, and it's work I don't really want to do. Maybe I'm lazy. I don't know. You tell me. But that is one of mine. And really, the only gripe I'm having with these figures is the hands are not removing as easy as I would like them to. But now let's get down to some of this other stuff. We do get his sidearm. Oh, good old sidearm. We've seen this quite a few times over the line that we've seen. Almost looks like a taser gun, too, but it is all in black. You can put an effect piece on here. As we do know, we do have accessory sets like this coming from this line that has some of those effect pieces. So we do have that. Looks really nice. We do get a set of headphones here, like a young dial tone or mainframe, maybe back in the Joe days. But he does have these headphones. Maybe he's listening to some Judas Priest. Who knows? Maybe he's listening to some Roy Clark, like I got on my t-shirt here. Everybody loves Roy Clark. Roy Clark actually spent the night at my grandparents' house way back in the day before he was famous. Quite the story there as well. But maybe he's listening to some Roy Clark. Maybe he's listening to some Hee Haw's greatest hits on these headphones. Who knows? Nice green. Got the nice microphone in the front. Very nice attention to detail. Then I really like this big, heavy gun here. Very cool. And look at that. You can even remove it. The big old magazine. Magazine clip. It's got the magazine, and then you got the clip magazine. I don't know, but it rotates into there. I haven't seen this gun, and I don't know if it's in this pack either. It very well could be. It doesn't look to be. Doesn't look to be in here. So a very, very nice looking gun here. This is the big heavy gunner. I guess he is akin to a Roadblock or Rock and Roll from the G.I. Joe team, of course. And then you do even get a stand here, which I really do like that. Extra customization ability with this one. That should snap in there very, very tight. But you can have him laying down on the ground with that stand. And very cool that the stand folds up. Very, very nice there. Really, really nice. The black, the bronze color on the bullets there, the black and the tan color. Really nice. This could be my favorite weapon that we've got in the Valaverse line of Action Force so far here. It looks really, really nice. Now we get down to old Trigger, and like I said, Trigger just reminds me of your stereotypical army guy. Like, what was it, American Sniper movie? You figure you'd see him in that movie. You'd see him on any of these TV shows where they have army things going on like that. Maybe he could be the opposite of B.A. Baracus in the A-Team. Something like that as well. Very, very cool. Now, is this hat going to come off? That would be a really good attention to detail. He's got his backwards cap going there. Is it going to come off? It is not coming off. I was kind of hoping it would. At the same time, I like what they're doing here. Here's what I would have done. Of course, it would have cost more money, but I would have had this head here, everything sculpted, and I would have had a second head with all the stuff that you could remove if you wanted to. Obviously, that would make more cost to the figure, all that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. But I don't hate this idea because I like that the hat stays on and I like the glasses stay on. We've seen a lot of action figures, not just this style action figures, wrestling figures, you name it, with glasses that just don't stay on right. They fall funny, they look funny. Here being sculpted in isn't a bad way to go to the work. It looks really, really good, especially against the beard and everything. So I don't really have any problems with this, but it would have been cool if the hat was removable. Could have flipped the hat around. You could have flipped it sideways if you wanted to. Choose your own hat adventure. We just got the Army kind of Action Force logo on the hat. Nice Army green kind of color going there. Love the glasses. Like I said, I love the facial hair on this one. I love the attention to detail where he's really thickened the hair here and thickened the mustache a little lighter around there. Looks really, really nice. He does got the big old traps going on. A little bit of an eyesore there. They just look kind of strange with that gap in between, but it's not the biggest of big deals. Of course, articulation, head goes all around, but you do get the nice butterfly shoulders here for extra range of emotion. Emotion or motion, but emotion too. Why not? Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows. Absolutely love that. Of course, hands are removable, but not really removable. You know the whole story there. Looking really good. He's got the green wife beater on. Got the nice tactical vest over the top. Doesn't look like there's any pockets or any place to store anything there, but definitely looks good. It's on point with the character and the figure, I think. Nice belt as well. It is free-flowing over the top. Got a handle down here. We've seen that in the past before. You do get waist articulation. You do get the hula hoop as well. You get the big old trigger splits. If he needs to jump over a horse, he can do that. Then you do get the drop-down hips. Very G.I. Joe classified style as well on him. Looking good. Yeah, okay, there it is. And then you get a thigh cut there, double jointed, pinless knees, very tight knee joints on this guy. And then you get the ankles side to side, up and down. Got a very interesting camo color down low on him. Really do get lost. It's almost like he doesn't even have pants on. That's how good this camo is. He does got a pocket on the side for his side piece there. You can put that. And then we've seen this before with many different figures in the line. You get the kind of canteen kind of pouch over on the side here. But a very, very good looking one, this Trigger. Like I said, feels like very much a stereotypical modern day army guy, but that's not a bad thing. We need people like that in all of these toy lines, be it G.I. Joe or Valaverse Action Force. Does he fit on the Action Force stand? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And, oh, with some work, he does fit on the stand, so you can put Trigger on that stand if you need to. Putting him side to side by another big dude on the team, Sergeant Slaughter. They look like they could be part of the same team. And guess what? They are. They're both members of the Action Force here. And then, of course, you get Tim Kennedy, another brother in arms. And you get my boy Flint, of course, leading the charge here, so you can kind of see that comparison there. Love that these are in the same G.I. Joe universe scale-wise, and you can put these guys, have these guys background characters, extra team members of Joe's. Of course, you remember the G.I. Joe cartoon, there was always grunts, I guess, in the background. There were unnamed G.I. Joe members. Well, you can get a little of that here with the Action Force if you want to, or you can have your own Action Force collection, your own Action Force shelf. Choose your own collecting adventure right there. But very good. I like this Trigger. He's probably one of my favorite ones we've unboxed here so far. Just a very, very good all-around figure. No real gripes here outside of the traps. And, you know, the head, one of those things. I think it's better to do it this way. But if we could add both versions, that would have been great. But would have added extra cost. I get all that as well. But a very, very good one, this Trigger figure. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You picking up Trigger? You passing on Trigger? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video. You made it this far. It always helps the channel when you give it the old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the old notification bell. And then, of course, don't forget about the Patreon for early access to videos like this. Much, much earlier. There's videos on there from 6 months ago that haven't been on traditional YouTube. So you get a lot of bonus content on the Patreon. You get a lot of different Q&As and things like that as well. And it truly is the best way to support the channel if that is your thing. And you can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And then don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Trigger and the Action Force everywhere, and my boy Roy Clark, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Action Bow!